Good morning everyone. As you guys may or may not know, the PSO2 NGS prologue just ended and there's a lot of really good news. For those who are wondering when New Genesis is coming out, it's coming out in June. June of this year. So that is literally in like 2 months, okay? Even if it comes out at the end of June, that's still 2 months. If it comes out at the beginning of June, that's like a month. But of course, there is still a ton of more good news there is to cover in today's video. But first of all, if you're new to the channel, I upload PSO2 content daily. So if you do play this game, I'd really appreciate a subscribe as it really helps out the channel. Anyway, without further ado, let's begin the video. So first things first is over here, I have the live stream open. Now the live stream is a little bit long. It's about an hour and 7 minutes, hours and 10 minutes. But I'm just going to be highlighting all of the important stuff. However, if you want to watch it for yourself, the link will be in the description below. So first thing I need to make clear over here is if you are currently playing PSO2, your character will transfer over to New Genesis. So don't worry about your gear progression, about your character looks, about your fashion and all that stuff. You'll be able to take your character into New Genesis, no problem, and you're going to be able to switch in between New Genesis and PSO2 at will. So let's say you want to play PSO2, the base version, you can go back. If you want to play New Genesis, you can do so as well. It's all within the same game client. So it's literally one loading screen and boom, you're back into New Genesis, or boom, you're back into base PSO2. Super duper easy. Okay, now the next thing they covered over here was the results of the CBT2 or the closed beta 2, which was exclusive for the JP players. However, some of us content creators did get access to this beta, myself included. And so we were able to try out the game. And over here is just a summary highlighting what went wrong. As you can see, the test was available for 3 days, but there were 2 emergency maintenances on the first day, mainly because there were connectivity issues. And then on the second day, there was another 2 emergency maintenance for like performance issues, as well as the player market breaking, as well as party issues. And so because of all of these emergency maintenances, they did extend the playtime by quite a bit, from 3 p.m. all the way to 10 p.m. So they basically added an additional 7 hours of test time on the last day. So I wouldn't be too worried about the global CBT. So hopefully you guys have applied to that. But if for whatever reason we get a bunch of emergency maintenances and the servers go down and everything goes south, don't worry, they will extend the time so that we will get our fill of NGS. Okay, and then here are all the different results with all the different more details. However, they will have a more detailed report on their website. So if you are interested in seeing the results of the CBT2 for the JP servers, you can go to their website and check it out. Alright, next up they talk about the global closed beta test as well as all the details. So basically from May 14th until May 16th, we will be able to play the global version of New Genesis. However, you will need to sign up. And it will only be available through the Windows 10 Microsoft Store version. So if you normally play on the Steam version, you will need to go through the Microsoft Store in order to participate in this closed beta. And in order to register, you will need to download the Xbox Insider Hub app, which is obtainable from the Microsoft Store. And basically, if you participate in it, there are several goals that you want to meet in order to get all of these free things, which will work in New Genesis. Very important, especially this Ash Handoff 1 stamp, because that's really cool. Stamps are basically animated symbol arts, so it is super duper cool. All right, so all you need to do is suppress enemy boss in New Genesis. That's very simple. You need to reach level 10. You need to use the personal shop once. You need to reach a battle power of 1050. I will make a video showcasing how to get to 1050 battle power very easily. It shouldn't take more than a day. It's very achievable, okay, within the time frame that we have. We also need to use the material storage once, and there is also a survey that we need to fill out in order to get all of these rewards over here. All right, with all of the boring news out of the way, now it's time to talk about all of the new content. So they go over the story and the characters, and this is super duper cool. We're gonna watch it together because it is amazing. We've got the Resta flowers, or the healing flowers. And this is probably us dropping from that pod. pod opens, and here we are. So this is Aina, which is an ARCs in training. So in New Genesis, there are two protagonists. The first one is Aina, and the second one we will meet very shortly. So the Japanese VA is Sumire Morohoshi, and she actually voices a lot of characters. So for my friends that play a Girls Frontline, she is P90 as well as M870. If you play the Fire Emblem series, she voices Tiki. If you play Grand Blue Fantasy, she voices Lilele. And she also voices all the Mughals in Lightning Returns, so that's Final Fantasy 13, as well as 13-2, as well as Type 0. And she's also the voice of Kari in Kingdom Hearts. So she's quite the big deal in the gaming world. However, for anime, she also voices Nina Tucker in Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. So most of you guys should know this voice actress. Now, as for the English voice actress Amber Lee Connors, she is quite the big deal as well. As for those who watch Attack on Titan, the Cart Titan or Peak is also voiced by her. For those who love To Love Ru, which is one of my personal favorites, she voices Yui. So yeah, she's definitely a big deal. I am actually very super duper interested in playing this game in English because of the voices. But moving on to the next protagonist. And this is our second protagonist, Manon, and she is voiced by Yume Miyamoto, which a lot of you guys may know from Rika from SSSS Gridman. She is, yeah, very nice. I really like that anime. She's also the voice of Kiaru in ID Invaded. I don't know if you guys have seen that. I personally really love ID Invaded. I like the whole concept, but that anime was super duper good. And on top of that, she was also Sha in The Misfit of Demon King Academy. So yes, a lot of really top tier animes she is the voice in. She's also in Infinite Stratos for those who watch that anime as well. So a lot of cultured animes that I really enjoy, she voices in. As for the English voice actress, we have Heather Gonzalez, and she is actually the voice of Minoto in Monster Hunter Rise. So I hope a lot of you guys know that voice because it is top notch. So I'm very excited to see that both of the main characters in this game have such talented voice actresses for both the Japanese side and the English side. I definitely am going to play the game in English first throughout the entirety and then replay it again in Japanese just to hear the differences because oh my goodness. Anyway, let's continue on with the video. Look at that rifle, dude. Looks so good. Heck yeah! So this is the next character that they introduced, which is Garo or Garawa, and the Japanese voice actor over here, Kenta Miyake. He does not need an introduction. If you guys have seen My Hero Academia, All Might is voiced by him. That's all I need to say. This guy voices All Might. I am super duper hyped because it just fits his character. You can see All Might's aura in this character, just full of confidence, super muscles, super strong. Now the English voice actor Chris Smith, a lot of people probably couldn't find who he is because his full name is actually Christopher Corey Smith. They're in Persona 4 as Master Daidara. They're also in Jormungand, which is one of my favorite animes, in both Jormungand and Jormungand Perfect Order as Lem Brick. So I really like that anime. It's really good, by the way. They're also in Attack on Titan, in One Piece, High School DxD. Yes, they are in High School DxD as Riser Phoenix, and they are also in Hunter x Hunter as Kite. So I think that a lot of people know that because man, that storyline is so good. Oof, it's gonna be good. This is gonna be a good game to play. Anyway, moving on. Look at this theme. I love it. Freaking tropical island. Don't you think this guy gives like some really Monster Hunter vibes? Reminds me of like the captain guy. So we need to pause here for a second. I want you to rewind the video like 3 to 5 seconds. Just listen to his voice again. Does he not sound like Regius? Just listen to his voice. It sounds so similar that I'm kind of feeling like, hey, maybe this is like actually him just in another cast body, maybe? I don't know, but it is super duper interesting and super duper cool. But of course, first of all, we need to talk about the VAs. So first of all, we have Tokiyoshi Kawashima over here, and this voice actor does the voice of Tonio in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Diamond is Unbreakable. They are also Naomasa in My Hero Academia, as well as Satania's father in Gabriel Dropout. I kind of like Gabriel's Dropout quite a lot, but yes, they are also very talented. And next up for the English voice actor, we have Chris Hackney. So this is a treat for you, GM Custom. I'm not entirely sure if it's the right game, but for Saga Scarlet Grace Ambitions, they are the voice for Zigger, for Seima, for Francis, as well as Mudarch. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. As for anime, they are the voice of Stinger in One Punch Man. They're also the voice of Han in Baki, as well as M21 in Noblize. So yes, again, very talented cast of voice actors and voice actresses. So they did not skimp out at all. This is gonna be one hell of a good game. But let's continue.
この先にいるのはナグルスというドールスだ。下がれマノン、アイナを見ていてくれ。君は私と来い。
So that concludes the first part, which is story and characters. So let's do a quick recap. We basically crash down from space, we get saved by Aina, which is one of the main protagonists, and she brings us to this village, which is where we're gonna start out. So this is gonna be the very beginning of the story. We arrive in a pod known as a Metron, into a small island in West Alio, which on the planet Halpha. So when we played the closed beta, we actually started in Central City, which was also on the planet Halpha, but it was very high tech. It wasn't like this. This gives me like some really strong Monster Hunter vibes. Apparently this town is called Alio Town or Alio Town, and we begin here with this ragtag group, and we get to fight all of these monsters. All of the villagers here are apparently also ARC's members. So this is the first main protagonist out of 2, and it's Aina over here, and yeah, we get introduced to her right at the beginning of the game. She uses a rifle, so she is a ranged character. The second protagonist is Manon over here, and apparently she has some memories of the past. They do specify that she doesn't remember everything from the past, but she does remember bits and pieces of the past. So maybe she remembers, you know, Matoi, maybe, you know, best girl Matoi, please. So we definitely will be picking her brain and maybe following her. I wonder if the game is going to let us pick like a path, like, oh, who do you want to support? Do you want to support Team Manon or Team Aina? So I'm kind of interested to see how that goes. Now the next character they also introduced was Garo or Garowa, but this just gives me some really strong Monster Hunter vibes, right? Like he is like the chieftain, something along those lines, a really cool guy, giving us orders, telling us where to go to keep people safe, blah blah. But I like this guy a lot, looks really cool, and he's voiced very well. And of course we can't forget Dozer, which is going to be the cast instructor, which accompanies us all the way till Central City. So I'm pretty sure that they are probably the key to how we get off that island and get to Central City. So the island is probably going to be like the tutorial area where we learn how to play the game properly, and then we follow him and then we go to Central City, and that is where the game really opens up. That is what I'm going to be assuming for now, but basically this person is going to be the instructor. You follow him, he teaches you stuff, and life will be good. So next up we have character creation, and you can see over here it looks very, very different. This is a new default cast part, and it looks amazing. It looks like it gives a whole caster feel in case you do want to play like a force or like a techer, but you want to play cast. You can definitely fit that playstyle. The female version actually reminds me of like a shinobi. It definitely looks like a shinobi with the whole mask. And you can turn off ornaments. So if you want to hide the shoulder pads or the thigh pads, you can do so. We are also getting finger movement only emotes that can be combined. So basically you're able to select what finger you want to move or like raise up and stuff. So you're going to see over here that this is just a regular wave emote. And now look at that. That was no fingers. And that is his index finger. That is his pinky finger. And that is his thumb. So you see, you can select specific fingers to use in the emotes over here. So you can see over here that she's using her index finger, and this one is not using any fingers. So you can customize this quite a lot. I have a funny feeling a lot of people are going to flip off each other with their middle finger, but you know, it's PSO2, it's definitely gonna happen. We're gonna have abominations, but they're giving you the freedom to do whatever you want. So basically, it's really, really nice. You can do a lot of stuff. You can even change the expressions now. So when you do specific emotes, your guy can have a very happy face, a sad face, an angry face, or a cursed face, which probably a lot of people are gonna do. I am probably going to have a smug face for the emote for sure. So you can see right here that even though they're doing the same emote, they have different expressions. So you've got like angry, you've got happy, so forth and so on. Now for the short recap, basically they've added new cast parts. These are going to be default, so they will be free. You don't need to do any scratchies. You don't need to spend any money. They will be free and available on day one. So something very interesting is you can turn ornaments on or off. So you can see the shoulder pad over here. When he turns it off, he loses the shoulder pad, and he also loses the thigh pad over here. And this applies to all of the cast skins over here. So if you want to show off your sexy thick thighs, you can definitely do that now. Next up are the finger only emotes that can be combined with existing emotes. So basically, if you have an emote right now and you want to add in finger movement with it, you can do so. However, keep in mind you do need the new type body or the NGS body type. You cannot do it with the current base type that we have on the global servers. All right, and on top of that, the expressions can be customized freely as well. So if you want to have a smile, you can adjust the smile to make it like super cursed if you want, or you can just use the default one. Same with the anger, sadness, wing, as well as all the other expressions. You can do whatever you want now. So super duper nice. Next up is the big announcement that I've already told you at the very beginning of the video, and that is New Genesis is coming out June of this year for both Japanese and global services simultaneously. So this means Steam, Epic Games, Microsoft Store, all of it is going to come out simultaneously on June of this year. All right. Now, the Japanese servers and the global servers will still be separate. So if you have friends that play on the Japanese servers and you want to play with them, then you need to be on the JP servers to play with them. And likewise, if you want to play with global players and you're on the Japanese server, you will need to make a global account in order to play with the global players, okay? And do keep in mind, even though the launch of the game is simultaneous, we will get different patches, mainly because there are specific laws, for example, in the US or in the EU, which do not fit with the JP laws. So based of legal issues, we may get certain things that JP server might not, or JP servers might get some things that we might not have, but it's really all because of legal issues and laws, and not because they treat the JP players better than the globals players or vice versa. But that's not all. We know there are a lot of players like Azalera who have a lot of characters or spend a ton of time in the character creator. Well, Sega knows this, and so in late May of 2021, so basically next month, they will be releasing a benchmark software, which will allow you to create your own character, which you can save, so when the official game comes out in 2 months, you can just port that over and you'll be good to go. And on top of that, remember all those cutscenes we just saw earlier in today's video? Well, your character is actually gonna be in those cutscenes, and that is gonna be the benchmark to see if your PC is up to snuff. And if it's not, then you're gonna have to bump the graphics down or buy a better graphics card. But this is super duper nice that they're allowing us to test everything in late May, as well as create our dream character, because that is going to give us so much more time on release date. The moment the game comes out, we're ready to rock and roll. And beginning on May 12th, we'll also be getting a new Twitter campaign and Facebook campaign in order to get more SG as well as special stamps that can be used in New Genesis. So we definitely want to hit that goal, because I need this Matoi stamp, okay? So we need to work together and work super duper hard to hit whatever goal they have, because we need this Matoi stamp, all right? Please do it for me. I need this stamp. Other than that, we also have some character items giveaways. So we're gonna get bunny ears, as well as this Shogun looking thing, as well as these, I don't know what these are. We're also going to get exclusive emotes, which can be used in New Genesis, as well as we can see over here. Looks like a ring or halo or something behind her. It looks really, really cool. And we also get the level up support boost event. I think this is currently going on. I mean, we don't have 400%, we have 600%, baby. But yeah, there's a level up boost going on. And there's also going to be an NGS coming soon countdown login bonus, where we get 30 star gems every day for logging in. I think the current one that we have is actually better. So yeah, global supremacy, woo! On top of that, there will also be the global road to New Genesis, where basically we get a bunch of goodies every day. Just log in, and over here we invite new players and returning players to our alliance. We also get some emotes. We get lean on hands, which is emote 258, and emote 545, which is kneel. So that is actually really, really cool. Might incentivize some people to help out new players, since we definitely need more people to be more helpful and more welcoming in this game. So I'm all for this, as this is a positive cycle. We'll reward people for helping out everyone else. So super duper nice. Now on top of this, there is going to be a New Genesis Starter Pack. However, this package is only sold on the Japan servers. However, we will get a global equivalent. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll the clip so you can see all the emotes and all the costumes in all its glory. Then I'm going to cut straight to the global packages, okay? Over here, we've got some pretty tropical looking stuff. Looks really, really nice. I quite like the outfits over here. They look very, very pretty, very sexy, actually. I really like how the skirt like shows the thigh on one side. Very classy. This is the hairstyle, looks pretty dope. I quite like it. We also got the sunglasses. I love the female hairstyle. I love the little highlights in her hair. Looks really classy. You get this beautiful, beautiful accessory. Look at those ribbons at the back. I love that. We get some pretty cool accessories. Over here we've got more tattoos. Pretty dope. You can see that. Wow. Kind of reminds me of Moana. The main guy in Moana. Look at the stamps over here. You see how the stamps are animated? This is what I mean by like animated. Ooh, look at that. You can swim. So you can swim normally in New Genesis, but you're doing freestyle over here. You see how you're doing the crawl motion? They call it the crawl in other places, but I know a lot of Americans call that freestyle. So there's that. So there's also a limited edition starter pack over here, which will begin on sale on August 19th. However, do keep in mind this is a JP server only, but oh my goodness, the art is so beautiful. I kind of really want to go for her now. Like her art looks so good, but I really love her too. They're both, I really like both protagonists. They look really, really nice. So on the global server, we will have two types of founder packs. However, they won't be released until August 19th as paid DLC, alright? So that was going to be a Thursday. So you can see over here that they split the package into two instead of just one big pack. So if you want all of the male costume stuff, you can buy it for $42 over here. And if you want the female one, you can buy this for $44. However, they do say it's tentative, which means it's not set in stone yet and things may change. However, you can see here that it will give you the base body type or body type 2 over here, as well as all of the stuff that they showed in the video. However, they just split it up so that you can buy the male version or the female version. And you can see here it will be available on Xbox One, on the Microsoft Store, on Steam, and Epic Games. Alright, so super duper good stuff. Now as for the rest of the live stream, they just play some games over here with the hashtag campaign and also the NGS mission ending. So over here they invite the guest to do a pose which may be put into the game as an emote. And I want to show you this pose because she is a person of culture, mad respect. I really do hope that this gets put into the game because it is beautiful. So let me show you what she does.
Here we go, Yunosi. Go ahead.
Here it is.
Wow, brilliant.
What do you think? It's a pose I wanted to see personally.
So her entire emote was showing off her booty. I highly approve. 10 out of 10. Please make this into an emote, Sega. It's beautiful. But yeah, that's pretty much a recap of the live stream. Super duper interesting stuff. Please don't forget you can sign up for the closed beta. If you haven't done that already, you need to go to the Microsoft Store and jump through all those hoops. I will leave a link in the description below if you need help on instructions. You know, they explain it pretty well on their official website. However, of course, if you don't want to deal with the Microsoft Store as well as all of that stuff, it's perfectly fine. Just skip out on the closed beta and just wait until the game comes out, because it's coming out really soon, literally in 2 months. So I'm hella excited, and I hope that you are too. Anyway, that's all I wanted to cover in today's video. Hopefully you guys found it helpful. If you did, I would appreciate a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye!
What can I say except you're welcome for the heals, the boosts, the